Aloha, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Silly Rainbow ABCs. This is an experiential card reading session. We will be, I'll pull a card for Nick, Nick will pull a card for me, and then you guys will receive a card, one card for everyone. And hey, Rachel, and you get an opportunity to tell us what you received and how you received it. So, this is all about learning to pull cards for yourself. Now, later on, there'll be some classes coming up where you guys will get an opportunity to learn more about reading for other people as well. And happy Easter. Okay, so guys, I just want to say thank you everyone for your love and prayers. But today I want to say happy Easter, happy Passover, and for those of you who don't celebrate either or, happy Sunday. We're really happy to be back with you guys. Thank you for your understanding in regards to us being on hiatus last week. Hey, MK, and there was a lot going on with me. I'm still recuperating physically. So spiritually, I'm good, guys. So we're gonna start with um, talking about trusting. Having that trust in building that relationship with your cards, building that relationship with your inner self, your higher self, and with your spiritual guides that help you receive these divine messages. Happy Easter! Um, so I wanted to kind of combine it. It sounded a lot better before I actually started the show, but I wanted to kind of combine the fact that this is Easter, this is Passover, Sunday too. We'll throw Sunday in there as well. In regards to receiving our messages and trusting that, because this is the ABC. Who remembers what the ABC stand for? No cheating. You can't look at the that little scroll thing across the bottom that because that has the answers. But I'm Neil with Multi Mystic and my sidekick over here. I hope she did all the sharing already since I've been doing all the talking. You did all the sharing. And who is my sidekick over here?
Nick from With My Angels.
Check out Nick's beautiful necklace that she happens to have on. This necklace was intuitively designed for our neck by Rachel Elizabeth. Isn't that beautiful? Tree of Life. You guys should see it up close. It is so pretty. Um, Allow, believe, and channel. Thank you, Aura. Um, yes, MK. Allow, believe, and channel. And I really want to concentrate on the believe right now. So, believing that you can trust your messages. Believing, yeah, doesn't it look great on her? The necklace is beautiful. Thank you, Rachel. Um, Believing in the messages that you receive from your higher self and from your guides is so important. Um, because without this trust, how can we trust the messages? How can we trust the card that pulls up? Um, and I wanted to kind of throw that in there with the Easter and the Passover deal. So, hi, Antonio. Happy Easter. When Easter came around, um, that's when people started believing, you know. That's when the apostles decided that they were going to truly believe. After Jesus rose from the dead, then they said, okay, I see you. But Jesus walked with them for how many years and told them that this was going to happen. But in that dark night of Jesus being in the tomb, they had doubts. We are human. We're allowed to have these doubts. Even the apostles had doubts. Doubting Thomas had to have his finger in the wounds for him to believe. He had to see it to believe it. We have a choice. In Passover, the request upon them was to put blood over their doorway to keep them safe. Didn't make a lot of sense, but they trusted it. Sometimes divine messages don't make sense in the moment, but it's for our highest and greatest good. So it's allowing ourselves, my cat is walking around, guys. It's allowing ourselves to have that faith that we are connected, you know, even when the messages sound ridiculous. I'm going to tell you something. I set my intention today in the bathroom. I do a lot of my work in the bathroom, guys. Uh, and I knew that we were going to be doing this show. And I said to myself, obviously, I'm talking to myself, what my intention would be for the card that Nikki's going to pull for me. And thank you, Nikki. She just gave me a message. I'm having a lot of noise in the background. Um, and my intention was about a certain object, right? And so I was thinking, okay, what do I need to know about my connection with this certain object? And just as I said that in my mind, um, that certain object made a tone, and I thought it was I thought it was Nikki making noises in the background, but it was actually um, what I was going to set my intention about. Now, should I trust that? I thought, wow, that was weird. But you know what? Normal is overrated anyway. So allowing ourselves to trust even the things that don't make sense allows us to be open to receive messages for our highest and greatest good. So that's my big point. You know, it took Jesus rising from the dead for even his closest friends who heard him face to face say that this was going to happen, and they still had their moments of doubt. We're human. It's allowed. Okay. And then you had the Passover years before this. Nobody in their face telling them exactly what was going to happen, but they trusted the message, and it saves them. So you have a choice to believe in what you receive. Okay. So allow, believe, and then you can receive the channeled message for your highest and greatest good. Okay. And today is another special day because not only is it Easter, today we are remembering a very special friend, uh, Nikki's soulmate. And she's a character. She's come through for me many times, and her name is Pat. And so today, Nikki's going to talk about that trust, and she's going to talk about that faith that there is more. Because today, I'm going to be using for our Nick talking to heaven. So, Nick, how you feel about expressing that trust? I mean, there is a resurrection. It was proven. There is life after. There is infinite more. But how did you bring yourself about to be able to do that? To be able to walk in that trust? When I give you a message from Pat, how do you, in dealing with the grief, is it just a desperation that you want to hear from someone so much that you 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 want to trust, or is it somewhere deep inside of you?
Uh, Actually, it's first of all, it comes from my spiritual belief that at, like first of all, I do believe that we can communicate with spirit. So this is the first step. Like I do believe that it is possible, and um, I do believe that I can communicate with that myself if I want to, if I put my intention, if I am in the right space. And I do believe that she can communicate with others and deliver messages. So I think this is step number one, because if you don't have this belief, whoever gives you a message, you will doubt it. The second, the second thing is to trust the person who is giving you the message. Like if someone uh, I don't trust will come and tell me I have a message for you, I might have some doubts. It didn't happen, but I'm speaking in general. Like
She doesn't trust me. No.
like people might have doubts if they don't trust the person delivering the message for any reason. Like you might say, oh, maybe someone told them this thing, maybe they read about it somewhere, maybe. You can have a lot of maybes. So this is the second thing, like I trust you. And even if you, like you gave me a lot of things that are so accurate, like you gave me, I saw her personality in the messages you gave me. But even if that didn't happen, it's just the feeling I get when you're just telling me I feel bad presence. You just need to say this, and my whole body feels bad presence. So this is enough. It's not about the message. It's not about what she says, the proof she's giving me, or the details you are giving me. It's how I am feeling when you are telling me that Pat is here, or Pat came through, or Pat is giving you a message. The feeling I get automatically in my body is the proof I need. I believe because I have no choice than to believe. I feel it. How can I, if I doubt you, is I'm doubting myself because I am feeling it. And I am feeling it because I am open to feel it. I am open to believe it. And it's the truth. Like it's nothing you can deny. You can you don't feel it when you block it. That's the only way you don't feel it. It's when you block it yourself.
So
And
it's a combination of what you already knew to be true
yeah,
and you experienced it.
absolutely. Absolutely. And even I don't, I mean, of course, there are good mediums and maybe less experienced mediums. But I think that if you have the intention to connect with your loved one, it's in you. Like anyone can make this connection and help you connect. It doesn't take someone, you cannot, you don't need to go to the best people, like the ones who are, sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So yeah, you don't have to be like, I need to go to this name because they are so well known, they do connect. Everyone can connect. It's about you and how much faith and belief you put in it. It's you, how much you are open and how much you have faith. And this is how well the connection will happen. Because I think it's how much you give energy in you to the person connecting, that the connection happen. If you
It's
go with a
stronger.
lot of fear, the person in front of you won't be able to connect. If you go open, the person in front of you will connect. So,
And speaking of uh, being able to connect yourself, this whole ABC show is about you guys learning to trust that connection that you personally have. You know, that you can bring in your own loved ones, your heart connection with that person. Already, every time you think about them, they're with you.
yeah,
You know, anytime you need support or guidance, your team is ready to assist. All you have to do is ask. All
yes,
you have to do is think that, oh God, I need help doing this, or I need to figure this out. I could really use some support. Your team is right there. You can ask. You can pull your own cards. You can receive your own messages. And it doesn't even have to be with cards. You know, this is
this is
just
absolutely true, Neil. But the thing I would like to add is I know that I can connect with Pat myself, but receiving a message through somebody else, especially if the message carries some something particular,
something
like
that really resonates with your
yeah,
relationship.
exactly. This has a very particular impact, not because it makes you believe, but it touches your heart deeply because you're craving this connection. And when you when you hear it coming from someone else, it kind of give you the relief you want. And this relief, you don't get it when you connect yourself. I mean, it it
Because
has, but
you
it's not the
you
same.
start to think that maybe it's just memories coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Not that they're actually communicating with you. It's you
exactly.
remembering things. Whereas
Like
if it comes from someone else,
true.
they,
Like
they don't have memories.
I can give you like invent an example. Let's say, for example, I am trying to connect with Pat, and a song come through to my mind. I can think like, yeah, this is nice. This is a song that reminds me of her because every time we listen to this song, we would do this or that. Okay, but it's a common memory. It's for both of us. So yes, it's reassuring, but at the same time, it's a common memory. So this song can come from my own mind too. But if you bring this song into a reading, or you tell me this song came to my mind, it has a different impact because you're not in my brain. And if this song came to your mind, it's different. It has like a different impact. So
It's more of validation
yeah,
because we get confused because we want it so bad, and then we start questioning ourselves afterwards. Um, but at the same time, say you are like, these are tools. Now, say you're using automatic writing, and you're writing, and all of a sudden, when you go back and read it, it's what you really wanted to hear. And then you go and say, yeah, but why would she tell me exactly what I really wanted to hear in this moment? Maybe it was just me
yeah,
writing it because that's what I wanted to hear them tell me.
yeah,
But then at the same time, why wouldn't they tell you what you really wanted to hear?
true,
Why wouldn't they? Then they come through with it, and then you think, I just wrote it because that's what I wanted to hear. But then when you hear it from someone else, it's like they didn't know what you wanted to hear. You know what I mean?
true.
So I can see at the same time, and I think, now that you're talking about that, I could see that in myself in regards to, because I have this communication with my Auntie Darling, you know, because I talk with her. Um, it's almost as if I don't want to go to a medium. And it's like it's the same thing, but the opposite. It's um, I don't want to be disappointed in a medium. If I was to go to a medium and then they were to say something that sounded generic compared to the conversations I have with her, I'd just be like, well, that was generic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how many times have we had readings, you guys, and it's like, that's so generic, you know? But not to say that it wasn't them, you know, but at the same time, you have an expectation to receive. And I think that's why I don't go to mediums to speak to my loved ones, because for me, I think I have more in-depth conversations just talking with them and receiving. Um, Sometimes I don't always want to hear what they have to say, but nonetheless, I do have pretty in-depth conversations. So I think it's a matter of how it makes you feel. You know, if it makes you feel good to receive a message from someone else, from your loved ones, then why not do it? Again, it goes back to those choices.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm not really one to go to others. I kind of walk in my own, forge my own path, I guess, if you will. So, guys, we're talking about, our loved ones, our past loved ones, for a very significant reason. If you guys missed it earlier, today is the anniversary of Pat's second year in her transition, and she's always with us from our Soul Rainbow shows. So, um, and she's really fun. But we did want to touch on this subject as well because on the 22nd, we will be talking about grief and the importance of calling in your divine support in dealing with this journey of the heart, because it is a very sacred journey of the heart. Um, and I, my auntie had her 2 year anniversary, and then right after that, we had her service. Um, and physically, I'm I'm drained, but it's a lot uh, to go through that grieving process all over again after the 2 years, and then have the funeral because of COVID and everything. Everything was postponed and postponed and postponed. And I'm going to be honest, a big part of me was like, can we postpone it some more? Because I just wasn't ready for that finality, if you will, to have that celebration of life. Um, feel like someone else because I don't believe myself yet. Yeah. So I mean, exactly. We trust that they're in heaven. We trust that we can receive messages, but how we feel about who we receive the messages from is a big thing. And this is going to be a part of, like, when we start teaching about giving readings for others. The one, being authentic is very key, and two, um, carrying yourself with integrity. You know, those are things that are really, really important. And if you want your sitter who's in front of you to trust you, those two things um, will break or make the session. Okay, whether they feel you have integrity and whether they feel you are authentic. So, but going back to the grief, we're going to have someone that's going to help us on the 22nd. Possibly, maybe it might be who? Who might it be?
Maybe Anna,
Anna who?
Anna Grace
Anna Grace Taylor?
Taylor.
Angel Palooza Anna Grace Taylor?
Yes.
Yes, you guys have met her in the comments in one of our Silly Rainbow shows. She's a beautiful person, and she's very connected with the angels. And when we are grieving, what better support? Because we feel so alone, and our angels are always with us, and they're ready to support us. And so we're going to be discussing grieving and the importance of keeping that connection with our guides and angels strong, because I know everybody's gone through this, and it's as if people people are there for you in the moment when everything goes down. They're there for you, and then after the service, you feel alone. You feel abandoned. You feel this particular person was in my life, and now I have nobody. And so our angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones, they're still with us. So we're going to be talking about that grief journey, and that it's not a quick straight line to the finish. It's a journey, and it's a sacred journey, and it's important because it reminds us how deeply we really love. Because pain is a reflection of the depth of love. It honors that. So we need to honor this journey. So this is why we wanted to come on today. I feel like crapola, you guys. My body is hurting big time. But you know what? I'm going to honor my pack, Nick's pack.
Thank you.
And I'm going to pull a card for our Nick. So, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Um, no, I think my head is not very. I mean, I'm trying today. I'm not very focused. I'm sorry, but I no, I think you said it perfectly. Thank you about that. Um,
I'm very grateful that we have each other.
okay.
It's been a hard couple of months for us, and
What I want to say actually, I did say it to some people, but is that before she passed, Pat promised me that I won't be alone and that she will send someone that I will love as much as I love her. And I told her, no way. No way, that's not possible. But she kept her promise and she sent you to my life. So I'm so grateful.
love you. Okay, so guys, again, what we're doing is we're allowing Nick to set an intention. She knows already that I'm going to be using Talking to Heaven cards, and I'm not giving her the message. Pat's going to give it to her, and I know it's going to be Pat because Pat's already here. So let's see what Pat comes up with today. So set your intention. Let's already know it's going to be Pat. Pat, tell me something good. Tell me something good. Son of a gun.
Is it the card I
It is better than the card you thought it would be. It is better. Okay, you got that message earlier.
wow.
Yeah, now you get to tell the story to the world about this. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Told you it was better.
thank you, Pat. Thank you. Yes. Well, I'll tell you something. When I first met Pat, it was online, and I wasn't living in Canada. I was living in another country. I was living in an abusive relationship, and I was going through hell. And when I met her, I didn't know her actually. I sent a message. I didn't send a message. I saw a post on a Facebook page, and this post was about hope. And I wrote a comment under that post and I said, give me one reason not to kill myself today. That's what I wrote under this post. And then I get a friend request from someone called Pat. I didn't want to accept. So she messaged me, accept my friend request. And I accepted. And we started talking. She spent that day hours and hours and hours talking to me. And after that day, we spent 8 to 15 hours a day together for 10 years, 8 to 15 hours online together. We were in two different countries. I met her physically 3 times. I went and visited her in her country 3 times. And she told me we were soulmates after the first month. And I told her, how can we be soulmates? Like, isn't it soulmates like supposed to be a couple? Or I was so naive and I didn't know much. I was so isolated from the world. I didn't know anything. And she explained to me about soulmates. She explained to me the connection. She explained to me how things work. And she had she was married to her soulmate who had passed like 17, 18 years before we met. And she told me that her soulmate promised her that one day she will meet someone that she will love and that I was this person. And I was like, but I'm just a friend. She said, yes, but you're my soulmate. And I couldn't figure out how until I understood that being a soulmate, someone's soulmate, is a connection. It's not about a loving relationship. It's loving from the soul. It's unconditional love. So this is what this means to me. It's understanding the deep connection that we have. So yes, we are soulmates, and this will never change. And
I
and
told you she was here. You knew she was going to give you a good one.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
You're spoiled. You spoiled. I loved that this card popped up.
and I love that it's at the water. Pat's ashes were it, like spread in the ocean where she wanted. She wanted her ashes in the water. Actually, in my last visit to the UK, where she lives, she took me to a specific bridge and she told me, this is where my ashes will be. That's where I want to be. And
You know why? You know
so that
why?
she can travel to Hawaii.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you come, she'll already be here.
Yeah.
But I love that.
And yeah, Pat and I are soulmates. Neil and I are twin flames.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are twin flames.
So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Pat. I knew you'd do a good one. I did. I love that. Okay. So um I love you guys, you see what I'm talking about? You know, you gotta believe. And when you believe, you receive, and then you can channel that divine message and bring in that important memory in one case, or message in another, or information or another, you know. Um, but it takes that believing and that feeling and that trust, that faith, that hope. She did good. You did good, but she did good. All right, now my turn.
Your let's see. You have.
Okay, wait. Maybe I'll change the intention since my bowl rang. Uh, nah, I'll keep it the same. Okay. So when we're setting an intention, she's pulling a card for me. I'm setting an intention now, and now I have to read the card that she's showing me so that you guys can see how I'm getting my message on. Hers was pretty obvious, I think. um, we'll see what comes up with this one. And then she's going to pull a card, and you guys can interpret your message. And even though you all are receiving the same exact card, you may receive separate messages. Um, so, my intention is set in regards to a certain sound healing bowl that I received that has been doing some really interesting things for me. So, there's more to it than just being bold for some reason. So my intention is, what is it that I need to know about this connection with the bold? Hey, welcome back, Carter. Uh, doesn't he look like welcome back, Carter? Okay. I guess I'm dating my age here. Self assurance. I'm seeing the twos. Okay, guys, I'm a visual, so I'm looking at the twos. Hey, he's almost got my hair too. That this right here, I'm not sure what that image is right there, but it looks to me like either an what do I want to call it? A An ancient drawing of either a phoenix or a peacock. Either way, it's representing that uh, that higher that higher sense of intuition of that third eye. Um, I'm seeing a lot of blues in this card, and um, which is telling me to be reassured in this truth. So, what I'm thinking, what I'm getting from this bowl, is actually part of my truth. And I need to stand in that and allow that guidance because I'm seeing those twos going on. So in those twos, I'm saying that this connection is what I'm thinking it is because when I originally heard the tone in this bowl, it connected me immediately with the sounds that I get when I hear the seraphims coming through. So, um, so the twos are to me are representing that in my intention, and the phoenix is saying, "Get out of the muck and take flight." That bird on that third eye is saying to really trust, and the fact that all of this blue is coming through for me is really saying to stand in my truth, step up. Um, Trust the journey. Stop doubting myself. Self assurance. And what I'm hearing right now in that, the words itself, self assurance, is you know, and you'll know it when you need to know it. Okay. And this is a message that comes through for me a lot when I asked for more information on things. So I need to, I keep using that word need to, and I think that's because I'm I'm holding myself back. So this leap into standing in that truth, allowing my guides, my angels, my intuition to guide me. And even though I may not know what I'm supposed to do with this bowl in the moment, it is significant and I need to trust the path on that. So that's what I'm getting.
The kindness on this guy's face reminds me of Asa.
I know. Except for Ace's eyes is a little bit more like this. My husband is Japanese Chinese, you guys. Okay, I'm not making fun of him. I'm just looking at the eyes. But he does have
Yeah.
that that kindness, and he supports me in what I do.
So yeah, there is something about him in this ghost.
My husband is a very old soul.
Mhm.
He still looks like Welcome Back Carter in this picture.
Good. Let's see a card for everyone.
Okay, guys, this is a deep, deep deck. So have fun. This deck I only pull out when I'm getting ready to give homework assignments. So maybe we should post the homework assignments after.
Yes, like we usually put the card, we can add the homework assignment with it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can add the homework assignment with the card. Erica, ready, set, go.
Mm.
Ooh, good one. Okay, no comment. You guys take your time. There is something about this deck that you guys should be aware of. And yes, I'm an image person. Um, this is a channel deck, and every aspect of this deck, every little marking on there holds a significance to the messages that you receive. So, whatever your intention is, look at whatever your eyes get drawn to. Because in this particular deck, it could be the eyes, it could be the bird, it could be the markings on his scarf, it could be the color in the background. So allow yourself to see what draws you in, could be the words, in regards to the message you need for your highest and greatest good for the intentions that you set. If you didn't set an intention, then what message for your highest good in this moment? So, what do you guys get from this? This is a really an interesting deck to have wanted to play today, because there is so much details in these cards. Dun, 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 dun. Concentrate, people. What is drawing you in? Mindfulness. You guys will really be able to see the details once the picture is posted as well. That's what you should do, Nick. Try zoom in and then,
Look what's in the picture.
oh my goodness. See, I couldn't even see that. But yeah, maybe try zoom in and then just like scan the card really slow so that they could get the details in the image. Mindfulness. It's got Mala's beads in there as well. Growth, neck, You see how this deck is really has a lot of details. Erica says he looks complete. His eyes draw me. Then I see the seventh chakra color. I also see the inner child. MK says it's beautiful. Kaylee says I need to chill my beans, relax, let go, stop thinking of what will, and enjoy now. Mindfulness, very good, is for my highest good. The bird free from the third eye circle, be free from my own mind and be colorful. Carla says it's beautiful. So many quotes. I keep getting freedom. Fly like an eagle. What is on his throat chakra? I am not sure what's on his throat chakra, but it kind of looks like a growing praying mantis to me. It's like a praying mantis on a plant or something. I'm drawn to the bird and I feel like I am being told to let go and soar. Beautiful. He looks happy. Doesn't he look content in that mindfulness? What's on his eyelids? Wow. Looks like little worlds or pearls around his eyelids. Healing green light. Maybe the green means he communicates. Mm. Extra eyes. Ooh, there you go, Erica. I can see. The better to see you with. Look at that. So Nikki, I know her arm's getting tired, but she will definitely take a picture of that and the homework because what this deck actually has is I love this deck. It's the Wisdom Keepers, and it has a story behind each Wisdom Keeper, and then it has a message, and then it has questions to ask yourself, to contemplate on, to discern about. And so we'll post the questions, and which is what one of the things I call homework, and then you guys can you have the choice. I'm not going to say it's homework, you guys, but you have the choice to sit with those questions and see if you can get some more inner wisdom. What comes through for you in regards to this card, in regards to your intention. Um, so, I don't know, he has a lot of surprises. Yeah. But, in that mindfulness, those surprises become clear and valuable. So, mindfulness, you guys. And don't forget, okay, I am really, really, really going to try and physically be capable of holding up our full show on Tuesday. Um, I don't know if most of you guys know, I do have, well, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And those days going out for the service, and then another day having to go back out again for the internment of my aunt's ashes, it physically uh, wore me out. Usually I need at least a week to recuperate from one outing, but I did two back to back. So I'm physically not up to par. So, but we will definitely try to do our whole show. But if I do have to sit back, Nikki, I know you can handle it. I'll just sit there in the background. Okay, I'm waiting. But
No worries.
and then on the 22nd, we possibly will have a beautiful, special guest to help all of us uh, in that sacred journey of grief. And staying connected with the divine. Um, and the divine is God, it's our angels, it's the universal oneness, it's our spirit guides, our past loved ones. You're never alone in this journey. You're never alone. And it's okay that it spirals because it's a reminder of how much we love that person. That's what grief is for in the first place. It's a reminder of how deep our love is, that we're not alone for it. If it's a sacred journey, might as well call on sacred assistance, right? Is there anything you would like to say, my dear?
I just want to say I'm grateful for our community, for all the loving people who are supporting us always, all the loving messages, I mean, I think we have amazing people
I
with us
will.
all the time. I, I mean, I go to a lot of, I used to go to a lot of live shows, and what we have is so special. Like for real, I feel like we have a community that is really, really special, and it, it's so it warms my heart. So I'm
It,
so grateful for them all, for you all, and for you.
yes, I will concur, guys. I really, really love our community, you know, and because it's about us, it's all of us supporting each other all of the time. There's no judgment. We meet each other where we're at, and that helps us keep each other shining, even when one of our lights are dim. Like, some days we dim a little bit, but you know what? When we have believing eyes and loving hearts supporting us, we shine brighter what? Together. So, guys, we will see you Tuesday and we will see you on the 22nd,
Friday,
Friday.
Friday
Friday is the
22nd.
22nd for 22 and you. And our topic will be on.
Grief with Anna Grace Taylor.
Guys, it's a secret. All right, you guys. Love you all. Thank you all for all of your love and support.
Bye bye.
Aloha.